The reason why I chose the United States is I wanted to get a competitive edge over other people working in my field. And I want to do IT sales in specific, which is very competitive. So I picked this part of the United States, which is well known for IT sales. You have a lot of companies around Northern Virginia, a lot of internship opportunities, a lot of people I know who are working in the field. So they tell me time to time what it's like. Um, I think that gives you an edge over your competitors. As far as my career is concerned, I want to move up as soon as possible. I know that sounds unnatural, but a lot of times, like I was hoping by the time I'm 30, I want to have at least an MBA or a doctoral degree. Not too long ago, if you had an associate's, it was seen as like a degree. Nowadays, you would need something like a bachelor's to stand out. And as time passes by, it's going to get more competitive. My goal is to stay competitive regardless of whatever age I'm in. So I will try to teach myself the best I can. So my admission process was fairly easy. It wouldn't have been if it wasn't for MYS. I was referred to MYS by one of my friends. I went through their website, I learned about the procedures, whatnot. Everything was listed clearly, so I was able to know what they can do for me. They were far beyond clear with their communication. I just submitted my documents to them, and they were the ones dealing with the university, and I was notified based on the updates they received from the university. I would say most of my work was done in less than a month. So depending on how much time you have, I would still advise you to deal with them early because it can get busy at certain times of the year and you don't want to be in that situation. So when I left home, I was 18, and perhaps the most exciting part was to live alone by myself. Not that I was very restricted in my house, but living alone, just going to sleep whenever you want, making your own time for studies, going wherever you want without being questioned. That was perhaps the most exciting thing. Apart from that, the studies itself, like my high school was where they would force you to study, and that's not something I was a fan of. Over here, it's more like you teach yourself. I mean, the professors are there for you, but at the end of the day, if you're not teaching yourself, you're not going to learn. The most challenging part of student life. I don't know where to begin, but I'll start with food. I like to eat, and when I first came here, I didn't know how to cook, along with a lot of other things. I was not used to doing household chores. Someone would have been doing that for me in the past. So coming here and managing time between household chores and your time for academics, your time for socializing, it can be a challenge in the beginning. Like to know how much time exactly you have to put in that part of your life. Like how many hours a week are you willing to study? How many hours a week are you willing to meet with people? How many hours a week are you willing to tidy up your house? Maybe cook a meal for the next 3 days. That was still challenging. That is still challenging for me. Up till now, I struggle to make balance between the three, but I'm getting better. So my best advice for anyone who's coming to study here in the US is research the area throughout. Don't just move like I did. You want to be aware of your surroundings. Get to know the local facilities, what's available to you within your reach. See if it suits your lifestyle. And of course, when you're picking a university, discuss with the people who are well known. Like in this case, if you're going to MIS, you want to discuss with them what is best for your needs, and they will likely recommend something that best suits you. Don't just apply to a university because someone said it was good. It might be good for them, but it might not be good for you. So everyone's unique, and that's important to keep in mind.